Hey everybody, welcome back. So it's the weekend before Memorial Day. I got off of work just a little bit early. We definitely have a couple new things to talk about. Number one is a project that I need to get started, and that is the dining room table. I bought the wood a while back, so since I don't have a wood shop or a garage yet, I'm using a makerspace up in Salt Lake, and I'm gonna head up there right now and use the wood shop for a little while. So that's the big project going on right now, is working on the table.
Yay, finally.
Wait, show them what you got. Got this.
Got my mask and I've got my iPro.
I don't know how to open it.
The other bit of news is the vehicle in which I'm heading to the workshop. But Will, I thought you had a Jeep. I do have a Jeep still. And I love my Jeep. Probably selling my Jeep, which really hurts me. So this is another thing that we planned and budgeted out of the proceeds from our house. It is not a new truck. It's a 2008, it's used, it's really clean, it's in nice shape. Big deal was getting the crew cab, because that way it can fit the whole family and still have room in the back for all of our stuff. So far, I've been really happy with it. So for today, I've got a bunch of pieces that are cut to rough dimensions, and I'm just gonna get in, joint them and plane them and just kind of get them ready. Hey guys, we came down after church on Sunday just because we wanted to. There was also a little neighborhood get-together. The whole neighborhood north of us is pretty much all built and has been for a little while. So they organized kind of a get-together for everybody, invited all of us that have been building recently. Such a fun neighborhood, so many little kids the same ages as ours. One of the things we were doing while we're here is getting ready for the four-way meeting, where we're going to talk about everything that's been roughed in so far, from plumbing, electrical, and HVAC and things like that. So we've been walking around looking at the locations of all the switches and the outlets, and just making notes for our meeting in a couple of days. Like, there's a thermostat wired to go here, right underneath our art light, where we're going to put a piece of art, so that's not going to work. Stuff like that. Good morning, everybody. Today's the last full day of school. We have the four-way meeting today, where we're going to walk through with Derek. After this, they'll have the four-way inspection, and once they pass that, it'll be on to insulation and siding.
Exciting stuff. We're going to get walls.
It's just moving along at a good pace. We're excited. Let's head on down.
Okay, so we just finished up our four-way meeting and it went really well.
We really like Derek.
Derek is so great. Everything that we want to change, just some outlets, the thermostat, just little things like that, he said no problem for most things.
And he even had a couple suggestions of things that he saw himself. He was like, probably want to change this. I don't like this. We're gonna fix this. Really proactive and responsive guy. Really cares about getting it done right. So We really liked Eric.
It was a really good meeting. They have the tentative finish date 2 weeks ahead of schedule, which when does that ever happen? We're really happy with it. Okay, Hannah, did you have fun?
Yeah, roll over, roll over. One fell off. There were 7 on the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over.
And Hannah, what did you do while you were there?
I played with everything.
Hey guys, we're back here on a Saturday. We had asked if we could do a little spray foam before they insulate, and we got approval from our super that we could do that. But the insulation guys came a day early. They came on Friday instead of Monday, and they got started.
So now we're just peeling back some of this mesh to get to some of the spots that have cracks like that. You can see a little bit of daylight there. And then we'll go through with the spray foam, cover them all up, and then put the mesh back up and staple it back in place. So hopefully it'll be like we were never here. Would have been a whole lot easier if we could have gotten in before the mesh, but oh well.
That's how it goes with a build like this. I honestly wish I would have come before they started the insulation so I could vacuum out all the walls. I'm going to show you guys why I think that you'll want to come in and vacuum before any insulation goes in. Take a look at this. This mess inside that little wall. Okay, now I'm sure they would vacuum this up, but it's going to be inside a wall that is just going to be all drywalled and you'll never see it. So it might not matter if they vacuum it, but it makes me feel a lot better knowing that I vacuumed it and it's not going to be drywalled in.
Very nice.
Extra large. That's all they had at Home Depot.
Not that it looks a whole lot better when it fits. So that the drywallers don't hate me, come back through and cut everything flush to the studs so that nothing's sticking out. Okay, so we thought it might be good to explain just a little bit more about what it was we're doing here. The insulation guys, I'm sure they're gonna do a great job, and everything that they did prepping up to now looks just fine. Oh man, my hair's a mess, huh? We upgraded our insulation. Part of the reason is because the things that we care most about are the bones, and so we want it really airtight. So they did come through and put spray foam in a lot of places where they're not going to put the blown-in insulation. But there were a few places that I could still kind of see daylight, even though it was a cavity that was ultimately going to get filled with insulation. I just want it that much more airtight. So we looked for anywhere we could see daylight, cut the mesh away, did the spray foam, and then there were a couple cavities that were skinny enough that I don't know whether they would be able to get the hose for the blown-in insulation in that cavity. So I figured I've got the foam, I might as well just cut the mesh out of the way and just fill that cavity with spray foam. That was the plan today, and I'm really glad we did it. It's a small thing. It's a lot of work. It's a day's work, and especially because of the mesh we had to pull down. But this box you can get at any of the big box stores for about $250. If your builder will let you just come in after the 4-way inspection, but before the installation, you can just walk around and just get things super airtight. I think for $250 and an afternoon's worth of work, that was worth it.
Well, I'm pretty sure my house will never be that hard to clean again. I hope.
Okay, we finished all the spray foam and buttoned everything back up with the stapler, put all the mesh back up. We sawed off all the excess so that it's nice and flush with the studs. And then we cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff that was on the floor here too, including all of our mess. So I think we're definitely leaving it better than when we got here.
This day we spent doing insulation and cleaning is all brought to you by my good friend Bethany, who watched my kids all day. Hello. And Ryan. Hello. They watched our kids all day long, so we could get a ton of work done. Can't ask for better friends. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love those girls. I will keep them forever.
Yay! But I'm not gonna let you.
Okay, I'll do them.
Hey guys, we're back here one more time. We had a thought, actually we didn't. Debbie's brother Russ did, thanks Russ. They came and did all the blown in insulation for all the exterior walls after we did the spray foam, so that's good. But there are some interior walls, like this, that they wouldn't normally insulate. And there are some of those walls that we want to have insulation there, partially for the R value, but partially to deaden the sound. So like this one goes straight through the master bedroom from the living room. So we want to deaden that sound a little bit. So I enlisted a little bit of family help. Connor, thank you. Lon, thank you. We went and got some bat insulation. We're gonna cut it and stick it in the walls. I talked to Derek and he said it was fine if we could get in today after hours before they start doing any drywall. And hopefully we'll deaden the sound a little bit in this place. It'll be good. Oh my gosh, guys, this is not a super difficult job, but I'll tell you what, having 3 people do this is 10 times faster than me doing it alone. I owe these guys maybe more than just dinner.
Yeah, okay.
So when we did the spray foam, I said it was about $250, $275 to do that. This was another $300. Way shorter period of time, especially with 3 guys doing this. A couple of hours and we're done. And I feel like that's another $300 very well spent. I'm just so happy that Derek is amenable to all this and letting us come in, and we're able to kind of do it in the evenings or the weekends so that we're not in anybody's way. And now for some hard-earned food. See you guys next time.